and say hello, everyone and no one, and welcome to another Rotten Movie Reviews. Today, we're continuing Nicolas Cage with The Rock. But with me, as always, is Tier Alexander. Tier, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. How you been?
Not so bad. I accomplished stuff today, besides just a
There
movie.
you go.
And as well, we have Angela. Angela, how you doing?
Cold as hell. How are you?
Not so bad. And then, giving us our final 9-degree angle, we got James Colley. James, how you doing today?
Oh, well, cold.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's cold for most of us over here. I think it's 37 degrees where I'm at.
Oh, well, fuck me.
Yeah.
Just
Temperature
another
down.
set of people that can turn around and
Uh,
say that I'm a wuss.
Oh,
how cold is it
okay.
there? On your on your coast, isn't it like in the 50s, 40s,
I
48
high
today.
50s?
I don't do that shit to anyone of being like that's not really cold and whatnot because everyone has different thresholds that they do that to, and
Uh-huh.
uh, I used to always
Thank you,
give.
because James
Yeah.
is an asshole.
Well, we had the one thing to where
Duh.
when I was still in the military, we did have a guy who was actually from Africa, like sub-Saharan area type thing. I want to say because the man was dark, and I had it one day because it's New Mexico. I'm like, God damn, it's fucking hot. And they're like, unless he says it's hot, since he's from Africa, you don't get to say it's hot. I went, okay, then since in the group of us here, when it turns to winter again and we get snow, it's not fucking cold until I say it's cold. And he's like, they're like, fuck you. And I'm like, then shut the fuck up.
There
Yeah.
you go.
I hate that shit because it's like, you know what? Everyone deals with different types of cold and different types of heat. But on to the actual review, swap that over to there because I went and got pictures for this one. All I can say is it's like if you haven't seen The Rock, have you been living under a rock? Unless you were born in like honestly anytime after 2000. And yeah, it's a 96 film. But if you know Nicolas Cage and like Nicolas Cage, there's no reason not to. And I didn't realize that this was directed by fucking Michael Bay.
Yeah, that's amazing. Michael Bay actually directed something that's fucking good.
Well,
Wow.
Yes.
he
And there's
direct
only one explosion.
yeah, saying he directed something that's not full of fucking explosions, just like James was saying.
Or lens flare.
Oh,
Yeah,
there was a bit of lens flare and whatnot, not near as much.
I mean, he didn't have his true lens flare and he didn't do a shit ton of explosions. So be thankful for small favors.
Yeah, and I'll still just say like, holy fuck, did they get one hell of a cast for this fucking movie.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Just
Like 90% of these people I knew from something else.
I mean, you got Dr. Cox in there playing a small role.
Yes.
Tony
Obvious,
Todd.
What's his
obviously, you
name?
have Sean Connery because you're two main stars.
McGinty. John C. McGinty.
Honey, you need to do something about your mic. Yeah,
John.
John C. McGinley is who's frick. Rotn
Yes,
was talking about.
yeah, he's the one who
Yes.
played Dr. Cox, and you also obviously had Tony Todd. Just good lord,
Oh, shit.
fucking
I
Ed,
forgot Danny Nucci was in this for a hot second.
and fucking Ed Harris. Like, there's a bunch of people that I'd seen and a bunch of other stuff. Just some of them not as big as others.
I have to say, the
Yeah,
ending,
it's all of.
not the ending.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's all of the not as big as others people that I actually know, like Danny Nucci or this guy Gregory Sporlitter. I actually didn't even know his name. I just know he plays this great character called Melvin in Renaissance Man.
Uh, I've never seen that movie.
Oh, it's a great movie. You should watch it. Danny DeVito ends up
Oh
having
yeah.
teach basically the remedial
Oh my
soldiers
god,
in the
that movie's
army,
great.
isn't it?
What?
Because he
Yes.
goes, he
Yes.
basically he's doing remedial thing because these are people that like barely would have graduated high school and everything, and he goes through a whole point to where it's like he goes to talk about oxymorons, and or it's like an oxymoron, and the guy's like, no, we're in the military, you can't be calling me no oxmoron. And he was trying to explain it, and he's like, "They're two things that contradict each other." And he goes, and finally he does the, he's like, "Girly man," and they're like, "Oh,
I
And
like
it has
not
the
oxymoron,
lovable
yeah."
Stacey
not
Dash in it.
oxymoron, you schmuck.
Okay, one day I may have to get off my ass and watch it.
It's a
Yes.
great
Yeah,
movie.
it's a fun movie, that whole thing. But back to this movie, The Rock. I mean, I would honestly say they had surprisingly Michael Bay can direct because you didn't have Nick Cage being completely retarded in a lot of his scenes. He did well, in my opinion.
I mean, he played he played the doctor character very well.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm not going to fault him for that. He was I could believe him as a nerd. He reminds me. It reminds me of when he was the president that president's widow's bodyguard.
Oh yeah,
Starting test.
Yeah, Guardian Test.
yeah.
Mhm.
He that character reminds me so much of his character from Guardian Test. You know, where he's literally babysitting the older person in
Except
a
for in
sense.
this one, you have it being that he got brought into the whole thing just because of what he does.
Yeah, So
Which yeah,
again, it's a good movie.
the
I
moral of
hated
this whole
how in the
movie.
end they killed most of the black people by throwing them off the goddamn roof.
Well,
I
no, before that, because it was still near the end of the movie. Ed Harris shoots one in the throat.
true, but they threw the other two off a roof. So like I said, a majority of them got thrown off a roof. Gravity killed
I
most.
could have swore there was a few more, and
He killed most of the goddamn villains.
yeah, because it was Sergeant Crisp. It was a Bokeem Woodbine.
Yeah,
Who is also a really great, though for some reason, B-listed actor.
he is a good actor. I have to
Oh,
give him that.
it's one of those things. Some people get typecasted, and some people they just. It's that whole weird thing of how people are going to blow up, and if he never went for those main huge leading roles and everything. I mean, he's been in some different stuff because I liked him in Spencer's Confidential with Mark Wahlberg.
If I'm not mistaken, he was in some other things. He did have a few leading roles.
And
He had leading roles, but they were in B movies.
Yeah. Some people they don't get
Um,
that luck. They don't jump up or they don't jump out like everyone else or like some others do.
Yeah,
Hey, what's up, Johnny?
he was
What about Cat?
he was the lead in a really good vampire movie. Actually, I wanna.
Yeah, he was the leading court op. I know that for a fact. He was in Wishmaster.
Which one?
2.
Because I want to say Tony Todd was technically in the first Wishmaster.
Tony Todd was in the first Wishmaster.
He was
And
in Black Dynamite.
Yeah, he was the bouncer.
as was Kane Hodder.
He was in the horrible remake of Total Recall.
There's only one Total Recall.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm not the biggest fan of that movie. I still don't say like I think basically if they'd have called it something else, it wouldn't have been so bad.
Yeah, like I agree. But I'm trying to make sure. I do believe he was. Yep, he was the elephant in Payday.
I just know that this is always a fun fucking movie.
It is.
The Breed. That was the vampire movie that he was in.
10 out of 10. Always recommend.
And no,
I
technically,
definitely enjoyed it, but the end sort of gave me a, what was that?
What was what?
Okay,
we were
never
here. We
mind.
were
It
hearing
was your
echo off
phone
someone.
being weird. Um, but the end gave me a, this is the prequel to National Treasure vibe.
It should be. I would not be surprised if this is the secret prequel to National Treasure. I would be amazed.
Because of all the, he's just like, I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Well,
What?
I hated the movie.
Liar.
Of course.
Absolutely hated it.
James coming in with jokes.
Liar.
I mean,
James
really.
has been so excited about this movie all week.
Oh, we were
Oh,
finally
hated
getting into Nicolas Cage's actual like better part of that whole thing. Like the mid to late 90s is
Yes.
when he had a fuck ton of good movies.
Oh,
We
yeah.
probably
I
get to
mean,
him as an action star.
I think the next really good one that he does is Face Off from here. But because he did a couple of artsy films, there's one that he
Well,
does with.
I mean,
I'm trying to think of her name.
I mean, after this we have Con Air, Face Off, and I think you're probably thinking of City of Angels.
No.
no, that's
There's
not
one
an
in between
art.
there. It's the one where he plays a Wall Street broker,
What?
and the black guy from that played Brody in Iron Man 2.
Don
Don
Cheadle?
Cheadle?
Yeah, Don Cheadle's in it, and it gives him a what if.
That
You
was
talking about
in
the Family Man?
2000, babe. It's called The Family Man.
Yes.
That was in 2000.
Oh no, when you said you had that one artsy film with a chick or whatnot, I figured that was you're talking about City of Angels.
City of Angels
yeah,
was also another one of those.
where he was in with Meg Ryan.
City of Angels was not an artsy film. It was like a depressing ass romantic film.
It was
I mean,
a terrible movie.
I'm looking forward when we get to Snake Eyes because I always have fun with that one.
That
I'm
one
waiting for Don 60
that
seconds.
is a fun movie.
Snake Eyes is basically him playing in the mobster guy again, like he did in with what's his face from CSI Miami, the redheaded guy.
Fuck Fino.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name right now.
He also played in
You're not gonna get me to remember his name.
the cop show on NYPD Blue. He's in the first few seasons.
Not a clue.
Not a clue because I
Never really got
watched.
into CSI and never got into NYPD Blue.
David Caruso?
Yes, thank you.
Then you should have said when he
Okay.
was in another movie with him in Kiss It, when he was in Kiss of Death.
That's what I
Yeah.
said.
That's what he was trying to say.
Yes,
Yeah, you did not convey that well.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't have enough oxygen.
So you were going through, you're like, yeah, the guy from CSI, and I was like, maybe David Caruso. I didn't watch that too much, and you're like, it's also at NYPD Blue. Again, another TV show I never fucking watched.
I'm sorry.
CSI Miami was the most inferior of the CSIs.
No, I
I would never
actually
know.
liked it.
The only
I liked
good
it.
thing The only good thing about CSI Miami was Rory Cochrane, and he ended up leaving the show.
I like CSI Miami. Now, the only good part about the original CSI, or yeah, CSI was
Be careful because Grisham was awesome.
no, the redheaded bitch. from
Oh, Mark
China
Helgenberg
Grove. Yeah.
from China Beach, not China Grove.
Hey, Jimmy
Okay.
Brothers song, same thing. Vietnam. I was there, man.
I don't
Okay,
know.
I dropped acid and thought I was there,
I
but I
just
was
know
just
for
playing
this
Call of
movie that
Duty.
they stuck with so many actual military guns except for one, and it's the one that got spun on a stool. Yeah, that's a Smith and Wesson 4506, and it's like, okay, the 1911 the General having, I can understand that one, and it would not make sense for the rest of them not to have Berettas.
Yeah, I don't know too much about guns. All I know is that I had a problem with the MacGuffin of the guy that when he was fighting the last guy and he shoved his the ball into his mouth.
Yeah,
I'm like the entire time, like in that midst of that struggle,
it
it
didn't
didn't
break.
work.
That was
Yes,
Melvin, by the way.
and I'm like, really? That's come on. How unbelievable is that?
Yeah, that's called plot.
I know it's called plot, but still,
Right?
I don't mind the fact that he chose to
Tier,
back up.
the unbelievableness of that is also the unbelievableness of him making his wonderful speech about how bringing a child into the world right now would be cruelty, and then her announcing that she's pregnant.
She's like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm pregnant.
Yeah, that was a stupid call.
So tell me that this movie didn't have a whole lot of those.
No, it again, it's more of the scene could have been done a little better. Like maybe they were fighting and he was trying to jostle the last one from him or something,
Dude, it's a
and then he just
90s
jumped in
movie.
his mouth. I don't know. Still,
It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be the way everyone thinks it's supposed to be.
And that dude was an asshole, so they wanted to make it bad for him.
And they had to have another one of the people die by the VZ gas.
I get it. It's just still, I wish it would have
That's like with the
filmed it a little better.
It's like with the foreboding of the whole. Here's these things. If the VZ gas breaks, you got like 30. It's like 20 seconds to jab this into your own heart.
Yeah.
And they had to have the heart jab.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Because they didn't have
it's
it
called
earlier.
Franco's gun. If you introduce something in the first 5 minutes, you gotta use it in a second. What is it? If you introduce a gun in
Chekhov's
the first
gun.
part, yeah, Chekhov's gun. Chekhov's gun, yes. So I get that part. Just yeah.
Oh, Martha Fletcher.
Oh, what the hell now?
I kind of like this house, but it's 2-story.
What?
What?
I just got a notice for a house. I thought it was something important.
Okay.
It's a 2-story house.
Yeah, it's funny when you say you're homeless, then all of a sudden you start getting all these houses for sale. It's like,
Because
hey, guess what you can't have?
They were listening to your
Wow.
conversation.
But anywho.
Kind of like how like you never see your own vehicle, or it's like the vehicle you buy you rarely see unless it's a really really common model. But then as soon as you buy one, it's everywhere. It seems like.
Yeah.
Because like I barely ever saw the Toyota FJ Cruisers, and then I bought one because I liked the way it drove, and I didn't like the one Tacoma I was looking at. In all honesty, I probably should have looked at one of the fucking Forerunners they had. God, those things are pricey. But I got it, and this is the last fucking. And I said it before, but this is the last fucking vehicle I ever get with the little half doors you have to have the main door open for.
Oh,
God, I fucking
I
hate those
hate
things.
those.
But that truck drives so fucking nice.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, I had a
Oh man.
2012 Rav4, and it was powder blue,
Yeah.
and yeah, they're everywhere.
In powder blue?
No, but
Yes.
well, so you don't always see it in your color. You just see the vehicle more often.
Oh,
But
I've seen it in my color a
oh,
lot.
I just can't imagine getting an off-road vehicle in powder blue.
you'd be surprised when people get them in.
That just seems really dumb.
I've seen them in
That
fucking
seems
yellow.
ugly.
It's like, I want to turn around and go get my truck stuck, but I want everybody to know exactly how much mud it was stuck in.
I mean, that's always the
I,
fun part, anyways.
Oh yeah, yeah. You gotta admit, she's from California. She don't understand all that. Off roading's fun.
I didn't say it wasn't. I actually enjoy that. But I don't necessarily want to have to clean my car every time a speck of dirt gets on it.
rain's cheap.
You don't have to
Exactly.
clean your car every time it gets dirty because it's like if you do that, you're going to be cleaning your car every day.
But then again, Angela's
Yeah,
one that
which is
says
why I
that.
wouldn't be getting the car in powder blue. That's my point.
No, it doesn't matter what color it is; it's going to be getting dirty anyways. So, like I
I'm
said,
not.
there's
Okay, I'm gonna ask you all this,
No,
excluding Angela. When y'all had your first vehicle, how many times a week did you go down to the car wash with it?
never had a car.
Me neither.
Well then, Rotn,
uh never.
I'll let
seriously?
you know when I
No,
get a
no, I
car.
had a car, and I didn't take it to the car wash. If I like very often, I didn't mind my car being having dust and shit on it and whatnot because my parents had a fucking dirt driveway or gravel
Uh,
driveway.
Wow, James is one of those guys.
damn. No, I was one of those guys. When I got my first car, I was they went to the car wash weekly.
I mean, that's not a bad thing to
And
do to
it,
go to the car wash weekly, or at least like
and
bi-weekly.
it, and it got waxed every week.
God, James,
Oh my gosh, he's one of those guys.
It's
you're
not
dating
necess-
him.
It's not necessarily a bad thing to do. I mean, by doing that, he's actually taking care of the body better. And I guess with that being said, like, there's really not as much to say about this movie other than if, for some odd reason, you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't even think it's that expensive on like fucking Amazon or some shit.
It's a good ride. It really is.
Yeah, you can buy it on Blu-ray for $9, or
Wow.
multi-format for that one. Blu-ray is $14.30.
Let's see what Amazon Prime say.
Well, that's the overall pick. There's a multi-format one for $9. Uh, you could also rent it on Prime Video for $3.80.
Wow.
You can get it in a DVD 2-pack with Crimson Tide for $10.
Oh my god! I love that movie. You know why? Because Danny Nucci's in both of those movies.
God, you are such a girl.
Well, no, I'm saying that the reason that it's a 2-pack is because Danny Nucci's in both of the movies.
I mean, he wasn't one of the main characters. Besides, like, it's probably
He
not because I
wasn't
mean,
one of the.
like, yeah, because
Go
the
ahead.
Crimson Tide is Denzel and Gene Hackman.
Yeah, but he was actually a bigger role in Crimson Tide than he was in The Rock. He was the comic book nerd that helped Denzel Washington take over the ship.
He was also an eraser.
Danny
He
Nucci?
what?
Yeah.
Ah, cool. And I'm not gonna lie, I am a total girl, especially when it comes to Danny Nucci.
See, a point stands.
What?
Said my point
Your point
stands.
stands?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take it.
Wow, Thierry,
I
you're very
am
observant, basically being like, we're going to call the one woman on the show a girl.
Well, you know, my eyesight isn't what it used to be, and my sanity ain't what it used to be
Oh
either.
wait, we can go over to this thing, and I can say,
Um,
and since you did that,
what you say?
he
Said
put
you're awesome.
applause on for your astute observation, dear.
Oh, I try. I try. It's okay. You don't have to move forward with
you do
applause.
not pay attention sometimes.
My,
You
look,
get
I'm trying to
nothing.
go. I'm just a mortal man. You don't have to accept it.
Did you just Okay, Johnny, is the about once a month a reference to me being a girl?
Pretty sure it's a reference to the washing the vehicle.
Pretty sure that's a reference to you being a girl.
I'm like going, ouch. Wow, you pulled out the big gun.
I'm pretty sure that's a reference to you being a girl.
Yeah, I mean, we probably need to talk more about the movie or something. But it's like, fuck, there's really not much to say.
I mean, again, when it's a bad movie, we rip it apart. When it's a good movie, we just kind of meander.
Okay, I can point out a couple of bad things, like the dead guy that blinked.
Yeah, that's because
That was
people sometimes had to play their own dead people or their own dead body.
that was disturbing because, or not disturbing. It was
Immersion breaking.
disappointing. Well, yeah, it was definitely, but I was gonna say it was disappointing. Editing, because the guy was good. It was just a very small, like, they could have turned around and clipped it
Mm-hmm.
and wouldn't have even lost that much.
That or
Well, you know
just
what?
that or just kept it to where they didn't show his face.
That would have probably been even better.
I still just
But
liked
you
how
know,
they had the fun after basically dropping the whatever it was from the ceiling out of the guy because they're in the what was it, the morgue and that whole thing and the foot's twitching. He's like, "Can you do something about that? What? Kill him again?"
yeah, that was funny.
That was great.
I really wish Sean Connery didn't have. You can clearly hear his Scottish accent when he talked.
Well, that was why they said he was from Glasgow.
Yeah.
Oh man, I must have missed that part. Oh well.
Uh,
And just because he's Scottish doesn't mean he couldn't serve in
Yes, he
MI5.
is.
What did you say?
He
What?
served in the SAS.
Yeah.
Her Majesty's Secret Service.
That's
Like
why I
that's
said
that's.
MI5. That's
I
He
don't
said
believe they
some.
actually said that he was for MI5 because it would have been British SAS.
cool.
I don't know how well using the quarter on the mirror after slamming a steel chair on it would have worked.
Yeah.
That is one of those things where it's like, is it factor bullshit. And I would like to try that out.
I actually really, really would love to see if that actually worked. That would be. That's just a pure curiosity thing, though.
Well, that's like all the times of them going through glass and whatnot. Like that shit would have been a lot harder to break when they where I'd gut you like a pig or whatever, or Joey gut you
Boy,
boy whole thing, because if you've ever punched glass or hit glass, you know it's actually really fucking hard to break.
It
Especially
is.
like any kind of plate glass.
Yeah. Like, or a glass bottle, like the whole thing of how easily they break in movies is so retarded. One of my old teachers brought up how he ended up kind of getting into a scuffle at a bar, and the guy's girlfriend hit him in the back of the head with a fucking bottle. It didn't break. He didn't get knocked out. But he's like, but that friggin' hurt. He was trying hard not to
It's a
say
blunt
that fucking,
object.
yeah. But it's like you'll see it in like so many of the movies where it's like they'll hit him over the head and just auto breaks. That's like, you ever taken a
All the
fucking,
wonders of sugar glass.
yep.
Yes.
it's fun
I always
sugar.
wondered. I always wondered how awful it must be to have to take a shower after you're in a scene like that. Like exactly how. Okay, This is gonna sound really weird, but like, how sticky do you get before you actually clean all of that sugar off of you?
I'm
Because it
pretty,
just crumbles up and gets
yeah.
everywhere like sand.
I'm pretty sure because of all that, for how long they've been doing that shit, they're like, use this, it's gonna get the sugar, all that shit off you faster.
Yeah.
Hopefully, because that would drive me nuts.
Yep.
Clean that. Use this. Clean that. Again, this one was a good one. This one was one of the.
I just saw what Johnny said. Sorry.
I will also say this: if you paid attention, and the supposed bolt action, the long rifle, McCoy was going to use to shoot Nicolas Cage's character Goodspeed with, is also the same type of rifle that was used by Burt Gummer in Tremors 2 Aftershock.
Look, it's too soon, Rotn. It's fucking too soon. I'm still hurt about that. I'm a little raw. Don't bring up
Oh,
further.
Yeah,
jeez.
it was the 50 BMG rifle that he had in the second and third Tremors movies.
I'm a little raw, okay? I just need at least 3 more weeks to come to terms with.
Well, if you're a little raw, make sure that you use lube next time on yourself. Good God, man.
Ooh.
But it gets sticky.
You're
He said
supposed to.
lube, but not sugar glass, you dork.
You're supposed to clean afterwards, you degenerate.
Oh, you are? Oh, I've been doing it. I guess I've been doing it wrong for years.
He handed himself.
Wow.
Usually I just roll over and go to sleep, but yeah.
Well, that explains it.
Oh, okay, I'll try a different tactic next time. Maybe I won't go to sleep. Get off it and clean it out.
I will ask this: did anyone else kind of do the Indiana Jones theme song to themselves when they're on that freaking little train
Yeah.
cart thing?
Yeah.
Get
Like they
out of
fall
my
like da da
head.
da da da.
Yes.
No, I did the whole. She said, "Go left, Dr. Jones."
Oh, jeez.
I did like that scene. I did like the I really wish they would have realized that there's a good chance he would throw it fucking back. It wasn't like you had a lot of fucking space and he had to pick up and throw it back. Like,
Yeah.
don't y'all know how to fucking cook?
What?
At least hold it for a few seconds and then throw it where it doesn't give your opponent time to throw it back.
Oh, the grenade.
Yeah.
When you said, "Don't you know how to cook?" I'm like, the fuck? I mean,
Yeah.
they did that.
I've only heard it referred to as cooking. So
I mean,
my
that's
vernacular
what
is enough.
the one dude, Gregory Sporletter, the guy that ends up getting the VZ gas thing stuck into his mouth and dying that way.
Oh,
Mhm.
Melvin.
He was freaking thin in that time frame because like he actually gained some freaking stuff in his face.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
And I love for how so many movies like this they had 6 different variations that they used for the fucking M16 clones.
Mm-hmm. I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck did he survive that explosion?
Which explosion?
The last one when it literally dropped on fucking top of him.
Plot. Quite literally.
Probably be a powerful shield.
I also kind of think it was bad cinematography. I don't think it was supposed to be that it dropped on top of him, but that the concussion from the blast ended up knocking him out.
Most likely.
I still would like to think it dropped on top of him, and even though it didn't do anything, still.
I was gonna say, you want to make him Superman.
I don't want to make up Superman. I just want to make a more realistic goddamn scene.
T over here
Like
being like,
Michael
I
Bay,
can't be your Superman.
my issue with Michael Bay's work is always his explosions are fucking ridiculous. Like that's always been my contention with like some scenes do not need explosions.
Some scenes don't need explosions. Some movies don't need lens flare, but
All right, so the tension was already there when he didn't need to have them drop the bomb, not the bomb, the payload. You could have had them abort just in time because the tension was already there when
Yes.
he left the flares. You didn't need to add could he die? When we know he was fucking going to die. There was no. He's the main character. Michael Bay doesn't do twist endings where the good guy goes to,
What's the twist?
but a twist. So you didn't need to have that scene there or complete like we made it. Fucking thank God you guys didn't drop it in time and we see it and everything's good. And that's another thing. They could have set off the goddamn explosions, the chemicals.
Well, that's
But
the things that they were going for was the whole was to
the
basically
thermite,
slash
yeah.
and burn. Yeah, you don't want to fuck around with thermite. That shit'll fuck you up.
I heard. But again, it just you don't need the added tension of that's it. Like again, Michael Bay, when he's not being an idiot, he's a pretty decent director. Decent,
Yeah.
mhm.
yeah, yeah. He can direct some things that I particularly love. Not a lot. I won't give him too much credit.
Okay. Just enough credit.
Just enough credit. Like like I like the Not gonna lie, I like the Transformer movies.
Because the
See,
Transformer movies are just dumb fun.
I
Yeah.
don't really care for the Transformers movies because it's really difficult to see what's actually going on in a lot of the scenes. I really liked the first one because it was okay. It wasn't just. It gets annoying or it gets boring watching like the same story rehashed 12 different ways.
Yeah. Well, I'm still of the belief there's just like specific stuff that sometimes should be live action. While the Transformers ones were, they weren't bad because, you know, it was still going to be mostly CGI for the Transformers themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think they went a little too much into the, you know, we got to show all these, you know, wheels and shit moving on them.
I just wish you
Yeah,
would
a
have picked a
lot of the
generation.
my thing was that a lot of what they showed and made clear wasn't necessary, and then a lot of the stuff that I really would have liked to see how they did it wasn't clearly shown, you know?
Yeah.
It
I
was
just
like
wish
we
you would have
couldn't
picked a
really
generation that stuck with it. That's all I want.
Okay.
Like because he had elements like Beast Wars, he had elements like Gen 2, Gen 3, and I'm like, pick a fucking era and stay there.
Dude, they do that with
Okay.
comic book movies all the time where they just fucking,
Hodgepodge, yeah, no,
yeah.
and it's fucking pissed me off too.
Hmm.
Like if you pick the storyline in the universe, it would be more coherent and people would understand it a lot more. So calm your tits and pick just one.
Okay.
No, they won't.
No.
Transformer movies, the guy who directed that needs his nuts cut off.
I take
What?
it someone doesn't like Michael Bay.
Yeah, he needs his nuts cut off for Transformers. He ruined my childhood.
James, your childhood ruined your childhood. Like, don't blame that on Michael Bay.
Well, we understand
I
that your
tell you the
childhood
same.
got a little better when they finally invented the wheel and someone figured out how to actually create fire.
Oh,
I would,
wow.
I was no longer afraid of the dark, and I am thankful.
I couldn't resist on that one.
Hey, James, what does mammoth taste like? I just want to know.
Your mom?
Ugh, so it tastes like death and decay.
Oh,
I figured he
No,
was just
wait,
going to
wait,
say,
what?
you know, it's kind of gamey.
It wouldn't even taste like that. It would taste like ash. Ugh.
Tastes like your mama?
Just like my mama. She tastes just like ash.
Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
I applaud you, good sir.
I tried. I tried to be good. I tried.
Don't you ever try to be good with
uh-huh.
me. I know who you are, James. I know
Oh,
the
do
real you.
you?
I do.
And who am I?
You're James Colley,
You're the
No,
walking
international man of mystery.
wall.
wrong. I'm Batman.
Oh, no.
But do you know the Muffin Man?
The
The
Muffin Man?
Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man.
Who lives in Drury Lane?
Yes, the Muffin Man.
She's
Well, she's married to
married to the Muffin Man.
the Muffin Man. We're idiots, all of us.
A little. But it's fun.
It is.
Yeah,
I apologize for nothing.
exactly.
There's
Some
nothing
think
to
Little love
apologize for.
him.
What?
Some think little of him.
The Muffin Man?
No, Lord
The Lord
Farquaad.
Farquaad.
Oh, everyone thinks little of him.
Ew.
Oh no.
I had to get that in there somewhere.
Speaking of which,
Oh no.
there is something I did want to discuss in our last few minutes. Okay,
Oh,
and it does relate to The Rock. It really does.
Okay.
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 They had Sean Connery's character hidden away, locked up under pretenses, and he was an enemy of the state, a man without a country, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because of what he knew. And then I got to thinking, I was watching the show, they remade Baki the Grappler,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and it made it a Netflix anime.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
And in
god.
the beginning of it, they have these 5 super criminals. One is imprisoned on a submarine, and he escapes.
Okay.
So the big
But,
house.
huh?
The big house.
Yeah. But anywho, I wonder how common that really is for it. How many badasses are out there that we don't know about
A lot.
that are housed like that? Because you even see that in Face Off.
Guantanamo Bay.
Well, Guantanamo Bay's known.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know who's there.
Well, I mean, we have the
Right.
CIA, so probably more than people realize, but not as many as some people think.
I like
But
to
you
think
Hmm.
my government has a lot of criminals, a lot of people that should be imprisoned in prison. I like to think that. I know it's probably not fucking true, but I like to think it. It gives me some hope. Gets me
Yeah.
up in there.
I'm just sitting here going, how many people that could easily wipe out our country in one fell swoop are locked up like that?
In one
It's
fell swoop,
surrounded by.
probably not too many anymore.
We may never know.
Yeah, it is that whole thing of it's something that we're never going to know.
Right.
I'm happy not knowing some. I know too much already, and I'm happy not knowing the things that I do know.
The You're happy not knowing the things that you don't know.
No, I'm happy. I wish I didn't know the shit I do know, and I'm happy not knowing the things I don't know.
Yeah, I actually kind of have that same feeling sometimes. Like, if I could become one of these people that has no idea what's going on in the
I would.
world, would I do it? And I think about it, and I would not.
Fuck you, and I'd take it in a heartbeat.
Go for it. I want to know what's coming for me.
I
I just want to know what love is,
want to know what love is.
and I
I
want you to
want
show
you
me.
to show me. Sorry.
Damn foreigners always coming over here wanting to know what love is.
What
Damn,
is love? Don't
don't
hurt
hurt
Don't
me.
hurt
me.
me.
Got
Don't
herpes.
Well, since you brought up the one thing of that, I'll bring up another little thing that I've thought of before we get out of here. Since it's been shy of an hour and it's just a fun movie. I mean, the next Nicolas Cage movies are just until we get to really City of Angels, they're just fun. The next one's Con Air, and then Face Off, and then City
Put
of
the
Angels.
bunny
Yeah.
back in the box.
But shit. Now I think there's like 4 of them. I gotta think of now. So when someone says stop, do you think in the name of love, Hammer Time, Collaborate and Listen, or Drop, Shut 'em Down, Open Up Shop.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I usually go with collaborate and listen.
Yeah,
Hammer time.
one of my coworkers brought that up, and I was just like, "Oh God!" That like once he told me when it hit so much harder, it's like because it depends on how the person says stop. Because if it's an angrier stop, I want to go, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Because
Down, open up shop.
no,
No,
that's a Rough
that's not
Riders roll.
Yeah.
we want to try.
No, because I always go to collaborate and listen because then I'm under pressure.
Under pressure, crashing down on me, crashing down
Pushing
on
down
me.
on you.
Don't let us fall.
Under pressure.
It tears a nation down, rips a family
I mean,
into
the stop, collaborate, and listen
building
would
street.
usually be Vanilla Ice for most people
Which
Uh,
is to the tune
of Under
of
Pressure. Yeah,
under.
I still love. Like, have you all seen the movie? It's a guilty pleasure of one of Adam Sandler's
As
movies.
cool as ice.
That's My Boy.
Oh no, I haven't seen that
No.
one, boy.
Yeah, it's got Andy Samberg in it, and that whole thing. Basically, Adam Sandler's character is a kid who it's like is a former basically child star in a way that got famous because he ended up at 14 banging one of his teachers and getting her pregnant, and she went to
Oh.
jail for technically the whole thing.
Oh.
And so because of that, he got famous. Well, it's like he had a crush on her as well, so and the whole thing. But yeah, one of his friends is Vanilla Ice, and like during that story, he's like, yo, dude, he's like they took this much, Suge took this much. Every time they play that song, I owe people money. Because like quite literally, you have Adam Sandler's character. He's just like, look, would you stop, collaborate, and listen with me? Yeah, if you've never seen it, it's a dumb movie. It's a fun movie in my opinion, but you also have to go with like understand this is a Adam Sandler movie, and Adam Sandler and Andy Samberg, I think it is.
Is it a real Adam Sandler movie where he sings a
yes,
song?
it is.
I don't remember if he sings a song on that one.
It's not a real Adam Sandler movie if he doesn't sing a song. He even sings a song in Mixed Nuts.
At 51st Dates, he
I
does
mean,
not sing a song.
I don't remember him singing a song in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, he didn't.
I was
He didn't sing one in Billy Matt. Oh wait, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that-
I wasn't serious. Clearly, it's an Adam Sandler movie if Adam Sandler is in it.
Oh, and he didn't sing a song in Hubie Ween.
In what?
Hubie Ween.
Andrew, you gotta remember, you're speaking to three idiots.
Yeah. But basically the plot of the story is basically Adam Sandler's character, Donnie, that's what it is. He's like way behind on his taxes and shit. And he's estranged from his son. But basically ends up getting an invitation to his son's wedding, who's actually going underneath a different name. So they don't know that the character Todd is actually, since that's the son's actual name, or it's like a fake name or changed name to, is actually Donnie's son. Yeah. It's kind of, I think it's hysterical.
Like I said, it's a guilty pleasure movie, and I don't knock guilty pleasure.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't sing a song in Grown Ups either.
I don't really consider Grown Ups to be a specifically Adam Sandler movie.
The Ridiculous Six, he didn't sing a song in either.
She was being sarcastic and kind of just making jokes. But, yeah, and pretty much throughout the entirety of majority of what he does in this movie, like, he's got a beer in hand. Yeah, because his character's name is Donnie Burger.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, it's a fun movie, in my opinion. Like I recommend it as a guilty pleasure. I think it's still available on Netflix.
I will keep an eye out for it. Oh, excuse me.
So like I said, it's
I
got
will keep
him
an
and
eye out
Andy
for it.
Samberg both, and
Hey.
it. I would honestly say if like some of the stuff Adam Sandler's done, it's not necessarily really treated as a Saturday Night Live sketch, like some actors do.
oh.
Because that's like we brought up last night with Will Ferrell. It's like he pretty much has a
Stealing
huger
my-
problem without a good director to be doing that whole thing. Or it's like where he treats a lot of stuff like an
Totally stole my
SNL skit.
material.
Oh! And we have Mitch here for a moment before we
moment.
sign off.
Oh, you're getting that close to the end? Goddamn.
Yeah, we were pretty close to.
Well, I'm pretty sure
Hey,
you've
Mitch.
seen The Rock. What are your opinions on the film?
It's a remarkably fun movie. So it help me out here. Being fun, it succeeds at being entertainment,
Yes.
which is
Yep.
the first rule of entertainment: be entertaining.
Definitely.
Well, it's got good characters. It's not overly complicated, but it's not so simple that you can see everything that's going to happen exactly as it's going to happen.
Right. It operates kind of as a good. I wouldn't say who done it, but a why done it.
Mm-hmm.
So it operates on that level, like you said. Plus,
Hmm.
the idea that Sean Connery is playing James Bond in that movie without using the name is they did it in a way that they hint at it without coming out and saying it, and it leaves the audience room to speculate and have fun in their own heads.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
this
already
is
came up with this.
happened.
But
James Bond.
I've already come up with the theory that, again, like we said, it's a prequel to National Treasures.
Well, it's not National Treasures. It's just National Treasure. Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie That's My Boy, Mitch?
I don't think I have.
Yeah, it's the two main characters are Adam Sandler and Andy Samberg. I think
Okay.
it's a fun movie, but it's not meant to be taken seriously. I will flat out say that.
Hey, you want to have fun with headcanon? Here's a funky one. And I only looked at it this way recently. Watch the original Halloween and kind of understand that when Michael breaks out of Smith's Grove, he's still got all the drugs in him.
Mhm.
So he's, that might explain his tendency to seem invincible.
He's high as a fucking kite.
What's that?
He's high as a
High as a
kite.
kite.
Yeah, pretty much. Because that the whole thing takes place in about a day. So it would make sense, he's still working the crap out of his system, right?
Yeah, and
Wait,
there's no guarantee of
at
how
the
long that stuff's
end-
going to stick there.
At the end of Halloween, he disappears. Now think, what if he turns up, say,
Oh, is this where it's like you're putting the what was it, the Hitcher?
yeah, what if he turns up later in the southwestern U.S., somewhere in Texas in the desert, and he starts and he gets a ride with that Halsey kid?
Well, I mean, the way you could go with that one is just say that like kind of a, because how they go with, for somehow things go with like a multiverse theory type thing.
Yeah.
Is that there's where the decision was made after the first movie, he could have went and continued on with how the second one went, and that was one decision. Another decision is he goes that way, and that's how that universe plays out.
Yeah.
So there's different Michael Myers, and depending on like what decision he made, it could just be something else.
Right. So he adopts the name John Ryder and goes on a different killing spree. And It didn't really occur to me until the end of watching The Hitcher recently. At the end, he gets taken down and gets back up again, very much like Myers does. Not with the same body language, but with the same process. Plus, he seems to like to fuck with his victims the way Myers does. And it all just came to me like, holy shit, this is Michael Myers after all the drugs and shit are worked out of his system, and he's grown up a bit.
Yeah.
Somewhat 5 to 8 years later.
Yeah, that would be a time frame to where, just giving yourself a different name would have been something you could have actually done.
Yeah. It would be great for a third movie to come out that reveals that makes that connection in a good way, obviously, not the way I'm explaining it. The way I'm explaining it is clunky.
Well, I mean, you're just trying to figure it out of how it would go about it.
How you would put it together.
Yeah, it's a how would it work kind of scenario.
You're just trying to connect the dots.
Yeah. But, they're fun dots to try to connect.
Oh, yeah.
They are.
Especially once you see the similarities, it kind of fills in some of those blanks itself. But at the same time, there's enough there for you to go to play around in the what if areas.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I'm sorry I came in so late tonight.
No worries.
It's all good, Alf, my friend.
Hey, I'm just glad to hear you.
Well, I get that sometimes. But
I mean, next week when we do a Talking to the Void, then I'll have to make sure I send you a message before we start it. What was it? You said like 6 hours just so you have a better heads up?
Well, yeah, like I just woke up, for example.
Oh, boy.
So now I'm going to be up all night.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I got a few hours. Go ahead.
What's that?
I said I got a few hours and I'll go to bed.
Mitch, if you wanted to go and jump on fan your channel, we can shoot the shit for a hot minute.
Do what now?
If you want to do one of your fan sticks, fan
static. I have nothing prepared though. Even when I have guests on, I like to have something prepared.
Yeah.
I really want to talk about Doctor Who. They ruined my fucking series, and I'm pissed.
Well, that's just it. It's been ruined for me since
Capaldi.
I feel so bad.
I would say since after the first episode of Capaldi. No, before that. It was ruined for me way back with when Moffat overtold the story of the Weeping Angels.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of fun.
That's when I stopped caring as much, and my concern over that show has waned ever since, to the point now I almost don't even realize it's happening.
I mean, I like they alluded to who the Weeping Angels really are in the last
what was it, the End of Time, I think.
Yeah, the end of Tennant's run, like when he transformed back, like it alluded to them being Time Lords.
The two lady Time Lords in the background holding their hands up in front of their faces like the Weeping Angels. Like the angels were somehow Time Lords gone wrong.
Which would have been a great idea.
Yeah. But that, I don't know, that wasn't a, I don't know if that was a Moffat thing or a Davies thing, but even now Davies, it seems,
has died.
He's gone.
I only watched the one that had the dude with the leather jacket.
Eccleston.
Yeah, the one who actually got to get it back. Yeah, the one who brought it back. The one who was actually like, I'm going to choose life and not destroy a bunch of shit.
Right.
Yeah, that went out the window.
Because, like, quite literally, he has the chance to, when going up against the fucking Dalek and
the Daleks.
Yeah, the Daleks, and he decided not to go do that because of what was it, Rose, the one that said it to him or something?
Oh,
and that whole thing, but because it was Rose that had brought the Dalek back, basically, it was just like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to end this, and by that, I mean, I'm going to end me because I'm done with this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how did that work out for him? He
P.S. Capaldi was robbed.
I was so pissed off because Capaldi could have been a great doctor.
Well, that's just it. He was a great doctor, except
No, I
that
didn't.
He was a great doctor until Clara became a thing. I fucking can't stand Clara.
well, no, that's just it. He was a great doctor until it became clear that we're now going to watch the Clara show, and the doctor
Yeah.
was going to be her sidekick.
Yeah.
Is Clara the impossible
Jenna-
girl bitch?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jenna
the one
Coleman.
Oh, I
the one that
fucking
is
hated the impossible girl. I
the one that
hated.
threw all of time and shit to protect him and some more shit, and fucking hate her.
I hated that entire. That was when okay. I was
She was fine
able
when
to
she was Souffle
continue.
Girl.
I have no
Remember-
fucking clue other than that one. I haven't seen enough of Doctor Who to really go through much of anything.
Okay, first off, my favorite companion is Donna. You can argue
They
with me all you
ruined
want.
her.
I absolutely loved the whole Dr. Donna thing. That was awesome.
Really quick, Angela, what they should have done, they should have turned Dr. Donna into a whole fucking season. They should have alluded to her brain getting worse and worse by having her glitch every so often. And like him not trying to, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then him realize, like, yeah, I gotta let you go. And that should have been an end of a season itself and not one fucking episode.
Yeah.
That really should have been a whole season long event.
Definitely, because I absolutely adored Donna. And I realized they got rid of her because I'm like the only person that liked Donna.
No,
But-
Donna was a fan
Donna was
favorite.
brilliant.
But
Everyone
Donna
loves
was
Donna.
my favorite companion. No, everybody likes Amy Pond, which
No,
I didn't not
No,
like Amy
everyone
Pond.
is horny for Amelia Pond.
yeah, but everyone liked Donna. Donna put the doctor in. Like, they had a great chemistry. Like,
Amy-
Tennant's doctor and her had great chemistry.
Agreed. Meanwhile,
I
Amy
thought
was
so.
kind of just a self-important bitch.
Yes. Oh, I brought back the universe, from memory and shit. Oh, Lordy G.
And God, poor Rory having to deal with that.
I loved
until-
Rory. Like
Rory eventually
everybody
got
was
to be a badass, but it took a long fucking time.
everybody was all head up their ass about Amy Pond, but I loved Rory. I was like, no. The thing that
River.
makes Amy good is
Fucking hate a
Rory.
river.
What?
Okay.
I like River as a concept,
No, she should have been a one-off.
but yeah, she should have been a 2-off actually. The first intro with the Forest of the Night or whatever that episode was in
Yeah.
the library,
Mm-hmm.
and then the wives or the doctor's wife thing with what was that planet called? Galifianakis, whatever,
Yeah.
with the twin towers.
Gallifrey?
No,
No.
not Gallifrey.
Not Gallifrey. It was a planet. What it should have been for her.
Gallifrey.
Where their last night was 24 years,
It was 60.
whichever.
But what it should have been for her, she should have been the impossible astronaut, and that's all she should have been. She should have been in the astronaut suit, and that's all it should have been. Her in the astronaut suit, as a callback to her being in the library.
I don't know. I just like the fact that they had freaking Mark Shepard in there, and he shoots an alien.
Yes,
because they're like, we don't have we've all passed for that, and apparently he's supposed to be like an American agent or a British agent. He's just
FBI.
like, yeah, FBI. He's like, boom, that takes care of that.
the fucking silence. That would have been a great thing for Donna to go against. The silence.
Well, see, the silence was a great concept too, but it was overplayed.
Yeah, and ruined.
And even Matt Smith, I think, was robbed a little bit because he became a second fiddle to Amy, to River, to Clara, just like Peter Capaldi did.
Well, I mean,
See,
that's
Matt Smith was the reason that I was able to continue watching, even though I absolutely detested The Impossible Girl. If it wasn't for Matt Smith, I would not have been able to keep watching because
Matt Smith was good at playing an old man.
He really was.
Because I mean, the
was
Doctor's old as fuck, and
907 years old. Yeah.
you get that old, and you're stuck in a young body. It's an interesting twist on a concept, and they never really played it up. And maybe that's why it worked so well. Is that they never played it for points the same way they did with Amy and Clara and whatnot.
Maybe they
like I
should
said,
have.
I didn't get too far into it. Like I with Eccleston for a bit, and I think I got into a little bit. What was it? Was it Smith that was after, or was it Tennant that was after?
Tennant
Was
Eccleston.
after Eccleston.
I got
Tennant
like
was
a
actually
little bit into that
Smith.
thing, and then I just kind of stopped.
Well,
I don't
Hugh
remember
Laurie
why.
should have been a doctor. I would have loved to see Hugh Laurie
Paul
as a doctor.
McGann.
Hugh Laurie would have been a good doctor.
Paul McGann was the 8th Doctor, or 9th. 8th.
He was.
You're
was the
getting
eighth.
into where I
Kind of.
don't know.
Paul, Paul McGann played the Doctor for one movie that was a U.S. and U.K. production, and it was a shit movie.
Paul. He was 7.
No, 7 was what's his name with Ace as the companion.
Bowtie and umbrella guy. You're right, and he was 8. Eccleston was technically 10 because the War Doctor.
Between 8 and 9, you had the War Doctor, which apparently they don't count.
Which you should. He's the fucking War Doctor. So he's the 10th incarnation, and Matt Smith is 12. No. Yeah, Matt Smith is 12.
Yeah. Capaldi is 13.
Yep. And the lady that shall not be named should be away from canon.
See, I have a way to fix all of Doctor Who.
Wobbly timey wimey?
No. No, 2 words: regeneration psychosis.
Yes.
So as he's regenerating from Tennant, he's having a psychotic episode and imagining everything in essentially the blink of an eye before he reemerges from the regeneration as the new Doctor.
So pretty much a variation of it was all a dream.
Basically, yeah. But you give it an in-world name so that it doesn't come off as it was just a dream and JR is in the shower or whatever, however that works.
6. I vividly remember that 6 had mental issues. Like when he regenerated into number 6, he had episodes where he would go berserk.
Right.
And
so it's also a canon explanation.
Yeah. So it would work that, every so many regenerations, it kind of fucks up.
Yeah. Well, even in the 10th Doctor himself said regeneration is a lottery.
That's true.
Yeah.
So a little temporary. Look at remember when the 4th Doctor regenerated? Or when he regenerated into the 4th Doctor, all that business going in and out of the TARDIS with the different weird ass costumes.
Yeah.
That could be part of the madness,
Shit, remember when Romana regenerated into her 2nd incarnation?
Yeah.
She went from being this uber bitch to this lovable just this lovable character.
Right.
I've got a really good question for y'all on this.
What?
Y'all have all seen Rick and Morty, right?
Yes.
Oh, fuck you.
Okay. No. This is a legitimate question. I watch a show on YouTube where they pit different characters against each other. The last one I've seen, they pit Rick Sanchez of Rick and Morty up against Doctor Who. Now, just all of y'all Doctor Who fans, Do you believe that Doctor Who could kill Rick Sanchez?
Hands down.
I have to say yes because I'm not a fan of the other thing.
Capable
All right, so-
and has the ability to, yes. Woody, depending on which doctor it is, probably not. And even though Sanchez probably wouldn't like the doctor, there'd be no. It's kind of the whole like. It's not. I wouldn't say necessarily like Superman versus Goku, because like Superman wouldn't want to fight Goku, but would be willing to, given the fact that they could fight somewhere else, and
All
Goku
right, so-
wouldn't have that whole thing. But in this one, it's just like they really have no reason to,
All right,
and
so
I kind of hate those things.
wait a minute. So I can easily solve this one. Rick Sanchez goes through dimensions. He can't go through time. There's never been an episode where he fucks with time. Well, he fucks with time, but it's dimensional. Like Doctor Who could go back to a point and literally stop Rick from existing, like all of time.
Mhm.
And he's done that before. He's gone through time to stop an event from occurring in the present. He's done that before. Secondly, he's also trapped people in like really impossible situations. The family blood. He trapped the daughter in all the mirrors throughout all of time and space. She is literally trapped in every mirror. And whenever you look at a mirror and you see somebody looking back at you, that's her. He trapped the mother blood in a collapsing giant dwarf star. Like it's forever in the event horizon of a star going black hole.
While you guys are continuing on to this one, I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick.
All right.
So continue.
Cool.
The father blood is trapped forever in unbreakable chains. Like he can't escape. Like the 10th Doctor, or the 11th in this case, did some really fucked up shit to keep people like, don't fuck with him. Don't fuck with the oncoming storm. Like Rick Sanchez won't be able to touch him.
Okay.
Now, you want a fun theory with Doctor Who?
Yes.
I didn't realize you were streaming.
Oh.
I just like pop in like it's nothing. I'm sorry about that.
No worries.
It's all good. We love having you.
Fun theory with Doctor Who. Do you remember when David Tennant mentioned the Nightmare Child?
Yes.
I forget which episode he mentioned, but it was like an off
The end of time.
the cuff. I don't think it was the end of time. I think it was somewhere else where he was doing one of his, I'm the Doctor, I'm the last son of Gallifrey, I'm the blah, 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 I'm the oncoming storm,
It was
all that shit. I face this, I face that. And somewhere in one of those rambling bits of dialogue, he mentions the Nightmare Child.
The Nightmare Child that never was in his host of Neverwheres.
Now, think about this as a concept. This now we jump to Matt Smith's Doctor, okay?
Mhm.
When what was it when he was the Lodger? It was the episode The Lodger. Not The Lodger, it was a sequel to The Lodger. After what's his face? After James Corden
Purple.
and the girl had a baby.
Oh, you talking about
Alfie.
the apartment?
Yeah. When they had their baby, Alfie, and the doctor's routine, I speak this, I speak that, I speak baby. And
King God.
and Alfie said, or apparently told the doctor that his name was Stormageddon, Dark Lord of All.
Hmm.
What if Stormageddon was the Nightmare Child and the doctor helping Alfie and what was her name? Sophie. To be better parents for him is what stopped the Nightmare Child from ever existing.
Ooh. I like
That
that
would have
idea.
been a fun thing to play up, but they'd never made that connection.
It's a lot of one-off shit that they never bring back the Doctor's daughter.
Right.
Like she would have been a great character to have around.
Yeah,
It would have
'cause-
been great to have her pop up with Capaldi's doctor and just be like, "Hi, Dad."
Yeah, because wasn't that how the show was originally done? Was that it was basically the Doctor was kind of things to teach. Was supposed to be more of like an educational show.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of.
So it was him basically going through things to teach his daughter, which is why the time travel was there.
His
Well, yeah,
granddaughter.
his granddaughter.
Or granddaughter.
Originally.
Whoa. So you're saying that Doctor Who is basically
Miss Frizzle,
Sherman and what is it?
Peabody.
Sherman and
Sherman
yeah.
and Peabody, yeah.
There's a theory
It's
that
Schoolhouse Rock.
there's a theory that Miss Frizzle and Mr. Peabody are actually Time Lords.
Oh God,
It
what
would
does that make Dr. Bunsen Honey do?
Bunsen Honeydew. I don't think Bunsen Honeydew is a Time Lord. I just
No,
think
he's
he's
a
a
Muppet.
Muppet. Nah, but if you look
Now
at
Beaker, on the other hand, look at all he has to regenerate. He could
that's
be a
true.
Time Lord.
But look at the school bus. It's clearly a TARDIS. It transforms into anything she needs it to be. Whenever she needs it to be that. So again, the theory is she's a Time Lord, which I kind of like.
I don't know. I mean, the show I've been going back to trying to finish is like I still need to finish the thing for the 2003 Ninja Turtles, but I'm gonna do that once I buy the set, the whole disc set. So I've been going through the 2013 one.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Or
subject
2012.
myself to Robin in the Hood. God, I'm gonna.
I mean, if I'm gonna go back to my comfort show, I know like for some odd reason, so many people around my age like I watch The Office. I'm like my comfort show has become Letterkenny.
Allegedly.
Most of the episodes are relatively short. The seasons are pretty short. I still have to catch up after season. I think I just got into 8 and just haven't finished it and whatnot. But
I don't know
I
if
like
I have
Ninja
a comfort
Turtles.
show.
Guys, I'm gonna have to dip.
Yeah, I think we're gonna call it here.
Oh, yeah,
On that
it's
whole
getting
thing.
kind of late.
And
It was a great movie,
yeah,
and our chat has been great. It's just that I've got to go do a thing.
yep,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna get out of here.
My erections don't last forever either.
James had to go make moonshine.
Right on.
Yeah, and get a breathing treatment.
Yeah, we're gonna get out of here for the week, or until we'll be back next week for Talking to the Void, and Mitch should be joining us.
Oh yeah,
on that one.
Awesome.
And I should also have a new set of headphones because apparently the ones that I've had on my second deployment are starting to finally wear out for the cushion and everything.
All right.
But
that reminds me, I need to get me a new headphone jack.
We are gonna call it here. Go watch this movie because it's fun. Honestly, like the 96 to 98, you can watch a lot of fun movies from Nicolas Cage. I mean, it's like 4, but like 4 or 5. We're gonna get out of here. Have a good one, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, Mitch. We can bullshit a bit afterwards. Have a good one, folks, and